Everybody, good morning everyone. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day so far. I know we literally just started today, but I hope everyone has had a wonderful day today, and I hope everyone is doing well. We are here for some live coverage here of Tropical Storm Alberto. We are currently seeing actually a little bit stronger of a system here since the last time we did an update on this storm here. We actually have gained about 10 mile an hour sustained winds. We're now earlier we were at 40 mile an hour sustained winds. We're now up to 50. Believe it or not, we're currently a little bit ahead of schedule here overall. But anyways, my friends, what's going on, everybody? Let's see who we got here for today. We got
a new
Crystal,
tornado
we got
warning
Jalen, Tiffany,
has been issued.
We have Mark, we have Breakin. Let's see, J-Lore, thank you so much for Category 1 support for the last 6 months. Wow, thank you so much. Saying chicken. Hope you're doing good, my friend. Thank you so much for your support. Let's see, we got Jonathan, we got Raina, we have Go West, we have Jill. Let's see here, we have Jeff, and of course everybody else who is joining and not chatting. What's up, Tiffany? Hope you're doing good, my friend. So, like I said, we do got ourselves that coverage here tonight on the tropics. Believe it or not, actually, we do have tornado warnings that's been popping up in Texas. We did just get a new tornado warning, so let's go and take a look at that real quickly. So this is in South Texas here, out there by Rios. We are seeing a tornado warning in place. We do got ourselves some rotation here just located to the southeast of Rios. So these are cyclone-induced tornadic potential today. So due to this tropical storm and its natural flow, we're going to have the possibility for some tornadoes today. Down in South Texas, in which it's going to be the possibility for, like I said, nocturnal tornadoes. Since the sun's gone down, we are seeing that tornado threat. And actually, we just got a new tornado warning here. But we do have a big watch, big tornado watch in place out there, including like Corpus Christi, out there by like Brownsville. We got ourselves areas just slightly southwest of Houston that is in that risk for the possibility for a couple of tornadoes here. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look here at that new warning we just got here. This is in South Texas. New tornado warning is in place. Let's go ahead and take a look at this real quickly. What's up, Tommy? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. What's up, Wayne? What's up, Captain? Hope you're doing good, my friends. Once again, glad to have you all here tonight. It's going to be quite a long night, I think, here. Unfortunately. It is going to be quite a long night. So we did just get a new tornado warning here. It looks like there's a little bit of rotation there moving ashore. And they did issue a new tornado warning here. So this is for South Texas, y'all. This is for, let's see, Willimer. This includes areas by Raymondsville, Lyford, right there towards Santa Monica. That is where we have a tornado warning now in place. So make sure you guys are in your safe spots out there. Like I said, yeah, we're starting to see a little bit of rotation from the previous few scans here. we have a little bit of rotation starting to work its way ashore. Now, my grammar, my overall speech might not be the best tonight. I've been up for a while. I've been up since I think 10 in the morning. I know, kind of normal, but as we continue to roll through the nights, if my sanity drops, just a bit of a heads up for you guys, because it's going to be a long night, and I've already been up for a while today with no naps, so it's going to be a very long night, I think, here. Is this near Houston? Black Widow, this is not near Houston. There's Houston over here. The tornado warnings are well far to the south of Houston, the southwest of Houston. And that tropical cyclone's making landfall right around somewhere in here. Let me go ahead and make this clear. The tropical storm, Alberto, is not making landfall in Texas. It's actually making landfall here in south, or kind of east central, I should say, east central Mexico. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the latest cone. Just got our new, about an hour ago, we got a new advisory that was issued from the Hurricane Center. So let's go ahead and hop on over here. This is our latest and greatest cone we have. We are expecting that landfall to occur here within the next 4 hours or so. It's going to be a little bit before, obviously landfall, but we're getting close. We are definitely getting close to that landfall point, and already, we're already experiencing tropical storm force winds out there where the estimated wind field is. This kind of yellow area here, y'all. This is where the estimated tropical storm force winds are currently at here. So those areas in South Texas, as well as east central and northeastern Mexico, these areas here are estimated to be seeing tropical storm force winds currently. Now, like I said, on the system here, we did pick up some strength here. Actually, since earlier we did our update here for you guys earlier today. Earlier this afternoon, the storm was sustained at 40 mile an hour sustained winds. Now we're up to 50. So we have indeed gathered 10 mile an hour more. The storm is actually rapidly strengthening. But it doesn't have much time. And for you who are wondering, no, there's no chance of this thing becoming a hurricane by the time it makes landfall. It's not going to happen. But yeah, we are talking 50 mile an hour sustained winds overall. Let's see. Crystal, member for 18 months, Tropical Storm Team. Thank you so much, Crystal. I appreciate it. Saying hi, Andrew. Hope you're having a good day. You too, my friend. Thank you so much for your support. Greatly, greatly appreciated. We do have those tropical storm warnings in effect throughout central and southern Texas here. And of course, we have ourselves eastern Mexico. We do got that tropical storm warning in place. So those blue lines there across the coast, those are representing tropical storm warnings where tropical storm conditions is expected to occur. And like I said, we're already starting to see that with that big wind field overall. Now, when it comes to, let's see here. Let me see what I can do. I might need to pull back up our NHC, the main page here. So when it comes back to Alberto here, with the rainfall, we've already seen a heck of a lot of rain out there in South Texas, as well as Mexico. This is the latest update here regarding the expected rain. So Corpus Christi could still see anywhere from 2 to 4 inches out there. We have already seen a lot of rain. We definitely have already seen a lot of it. But yeah, 2 to 4 inches of rain is still possible in Corpus Christi. San Antonio could pick up an inch or two. Let's see here, Loreto. Lardo, I'm not too sure how you say it. I think it's Loreto down in South Texas. We could pick up 4 to 6 inches. Brownsville kind of in the same boat as Corpus Christi here, talking right around 2 to 4 inches overall. Do I think 92L will develop? We did get an uptrend from the Hurricane Center. They actually did upgrade the probability of it. We'll see. Like I said, right now, I'm mostly going to focus on Alberto. That's just a storm I'm going to need to monitor down in time for the next couple days. We'll keep on looking at it, obviously, whenever it gets a little closer, and we'll give you guys more updates on that system. But for right now, we're just going to keep it mostly on topic of Alberto, as that's an imminent storm, as you can tell. Anyways, so yeah, talking also surges, guys. We do have a little bit of surging from this storm as well. We do got ourselves a bit of surging popping off here. Hold on one second, y'all. Okay, we're good. We do got ourselves a little bit of surging expected throughout the coast here of Texas, as well as southwestern Louisiana, actually. So for Sabine Pass, out there in Louisiana, the far southwestern side, all the way towards the Vermilion-Cameron Parish line, we are expecting about 1 to 3 foot of storm surge, actually. And we are also seeing, when it comes to it, 2 to 4 foot of surges out there towards the northern Texas coast there. Let me check something real quickly. That is what I thought. Okay, hold on. My AC unit kind of fell apart here. I was noticing it getting a little hotter in here. Yeah, it was getting a little bit more hot in here. It's because the vent on the back side came out. Okay, we're good. Now I feel it getting cooler. It was actually only getting warmer in here. I was like, what's going on? But yeah, so like I was saying, for the northern Texas coast, we're expecting about 2 to 4 foot of surges to occur out there. And it's a little bit lower, actually closer to the tropical cyclone. We're seeing about 1 to 3 foot there from like basically Brownsville up there towards, you know, areas near Sargent, which is pretty much near like Corpus Christi area. We are talking potential of 1 to 3 foot of storm surge out in that area. So just want to go ahead and mention that with you guys. Anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and hop on back over here. They did cancel, let's see here. They did cancel that tornado warning that was in effect out there towards Rios. That is no longer valid, no longer in effect. However, we still have a tornado warning in place for extreme South Texas. This is just north of Brownsville, probably a good, I don't know, 30 miles or so. This is out there towards like Raymondsville, Lyford, including areas like Willimer. We are still seeing this tornado warning in place. Honestly, did it do it again? It sure did. My AC keeps on falling apart here. Hold on a minute, y'all. I gotta get this thing back in check here. Because it's gonna be miserable if I don't have my AC up for this stream. Let's see here. Alright, hopefully... I'm gonna try something here. Oh man, this thing is literally just falling apart. I am trying my hardest to get this thing back up here. Hold on a second, y'all. Alright, let's see. Hopefully that'll work. Okay, we'll see. It's literally, there's a vent on the back of this AC unit here, and it's literally falling off. Of course, at the wrong time, man. Wrong time. Let's see here. Almost done, y'all. Hold on. Okay, we'll keep it right there for now. We'll see how this holds up. Anyways, but yeah, so we are seeing, like I said, that rotation that was rolling ashore. It honestly seems like in those latest scans, that rotation might have actually kind of fell apart here. Latest scans here just kind of shows it more outflow, kind of just more straight line winds overall. But when it comes to it, though, I mean, yeah, it does look like that potential's dropping. But still, I want you in your shelters, y'all, out there by Willimer, out there towards Raymondsville and Lyford areas, basically here in South Texas. I think it's no, it's not. It's still holding on there for now. But yeah, so we'll definitely keep a close eye on these. Once again, we're expecting the potential for a couple tornadoes tonight out there in South Texas, not Florida. And like I said, we do have a tornado watch in place out here. This will remain in effect until 8 o'clock Eastern. For you guys, this is the Central Time Zone. So this will be in effect here until basically 7 o'clock a.m. for you guys. You know, right around sunrise is overall with that. Need some duct tape. I sure do. Could definitely use some duct tape right now for that thing. Let's see here. Let's see. Is my AC made by Boeing? I don't think so. I don't know. Let's see here. J-Lore says I got a free burger. Lucky. Enjoy your burger, my friend. But anyways, so yeah, so like I said, with the latest satellite imagery, this is actually something that's actually a pretty impressive. Since this morning here, we've actually been seeing a bit more organization with that storm. You know, since yesterday, I don't know if you guys were here for any update or any update live streams we did. We did actually have ourselves that low pressure system. That central low was very much offset from all of that storm activity, from all that convection. So previously, all of our convection was well far to the east of that center, or east of the low, that center of the storm. And now that central low is located right here, and you can see there's thunderstorm activity happening all around the low. That right there in itself is really good, meaning that the storm has picked up organization. It's been strengthening pretty quick, actually. It's actually been strengthening pretty daggone fast overall. In which, like I said, I mean, it's not really surprising given the fact that the Gulf is really hot right now. I mean, we're talking nearly 90-degree water out here. So the obviously the surface temperatures of the ocean is very high, which is indeed supporting rapid growth and all that. Hardly any wind shear affecting the storm either. We do have a strong jet of wind shear just east of the system. But that's really not causing any problems for the system itself. I mean, this guy has plenty of moisture, it has a lot of warm water under it, and no to little wind shear going on with that storm there. So it's really just kind of in a rapid development strength, or rapid strengthening mode here. But like I said, I mean, it's kind of running out of time, if you guys can see. I mean, we're getting real close to the coast here. There's really not much more it can do before it just kind of falls apart, because what's going to ultimately happen with this system is as it continues tracking west here, it's actually going to be rolling over the mountains, in which, the mountain ranges are a hurricane's number one enemy. Rolling over land is one thing, but mountain ranges is not a good friend to hurricanes. And the reason why is because hurricanes are the base. Most of the structure of a hurricane is on the lower levels of the atmosphere. And of course, that's where, your lowest pressure is at. That's where your strongest winds is out there kind of towards the eye. And once that rolls inland, right? So once that rolls over the mountain ranges, that whole structure of the hurricane just rips apart because of the terrain of the mountains. So basically, as a hurricane rolls through, it actually creates drag. I'm getting a little in depth here, but what essentially happens is, the land creates drag of the winds going over, which slows the winds down. It overall just kind of rips apart that structure that we have ourselves, really picking up strength here. And like I said, as it continues to roll west here, it's just going to get more and more disorganized overall. Right at the landfall point, we are expecting this thing to be kind of, I think we're pretty close to the maximum strength this thing's going to get at the moment here, right now. Like I was saying, we're actually a little bit of ahead of schedule here. We are currently seeing sustained winds of 50 miles an hour. We're gusting up to right around 65. We're gusting up to around 65 miles an hour out of some of those stronger bands of convection. So those are definitely going to be throwing out some pretty strong winds. But, once again, since the beginning, and, when I was mentioning this earlier, the main problem with this guy, this storm, is not winds. While there is some winds and while there could be some damage because of the winds, that's not mostly what I'm worried about. Like I said, most of it's the rain. We are seeing a lot of heavy rain with this. And if I zoom in to South Texas here, look at this latest. Wow. Look at that. Holy cow, I just now noticed this. Look at that big burst there of convection that just happened right over South Texas there. And there's been a lot of tornado warnings on that there. That is a really, really powerful storm rolling through South Texas right now. But yeah, I mean, look at that big burst of a burst of convection right there. And, that's going to be bringing some really high rainfall rates as well. If I take a look over here towards the radar, I'm going to pull up something here. We're going to look at storm total accumulation of rainfall. And we're going to take a look and just see how much rain we estimated to have seen by now. Now, take this with a grain of salt, y'all. Radar estimated rainfalls is not approximate, but it does give you an idea of what we could be seeing. North of Corpus Christi here, out of the storm here, I mean, we've already seen some areas maybe locally up to 5 to 6 inches of rain. Corpus Christi itself, mostly range in between maybe 2, 3, maybe 1 to 2 on the bottom side of Corpus Christi. Regardless, we've seen a lot of rain out here. But like I said, don't take that approximate, because radar estimated rainfalls is not really the best way of measuring rain. I mean, yeah, even when looking at the south, very, very far south Texas. So there's the Mexico border here. Here's Mexico. Here's the U.S. Yeah, I mean, we've had streaks of maybe 2 to 4 inches up in some areas there. We've seen a lot, and it's not over yet. And like I said, we're going to see a lot more rain actually impact these regions here over the next several hours, throughout today and into tomorrow. You can look at the radar here now. We do got ourselves a lot of, like I said, a lot more bands rolling inland. A lot more rain to come here. So it's not over yet. Like I said, we have a lot of rain heading our way, in which we're going to really need to be watching closely for that. And, one thing that's actually a little concerning to me overall, what I've been a little bit concerned about. So to my folks out in these areas here, I want to take a brief moment to show you all the models here. The new GFS model runs coming through. So obviously we have Alberto, the current tropical storm here. This is just driving a bunch of tropical moisture right over Mexico and Texas. And as we work our way down in time, as we approach like the 22nd, there's another one, another potential tropical cyclone. It's a potential tropical storm. Probably won't be a tropical storm, and we actually really don't know yet. It's still a little early to tell. But it's just one after another. There's another low that's expected to roll into the southern Gulf, which it could pick up some strength, kind of similar to how Alberto did, and it kind of impact the same areas here. So it's like a double whammy for these areas. So, consider this 1 out of 2 storms, because there's going to be some more precipitation to follow shortly after this. So, we'll definitely keep a close eye on it. We'll keep you all updated on everything, but it's pretty wild, just to think that we have another storm like this shortly to follow. And if we actually hop over here, you can't really see it, but all that precipitation is going to be down in this area here right now towards Panama. That's going to be working its way up to the northwest over the next couple days, which, as it rolls into the Gulf, considering how warm it is down here, there is the potential it could pick up a little bit of strength and could do some activity. Could cause some more rainfall and stuff like that, so we'll have to watch out for that. But anyway, so taking a look there towards the center of the storm, we're actually getting a pretty powerful burst of convection right now, currently going through here. That central low is located somewhere around in here. This is right around where that low is at, and you can see all these big bubbles popping up. These are all these bursts of convection. So what it is basically just really strong thunderstorm activity here. So we're seeing a lot of strong thunderstorm activity towards the center of that storm, which is still showing that this storm is likely still strengthening, likely still in a strengthening mode. However, like I said, I don't expect it to strengthen hardly much anymore. It's not going to get that much more stronger, we don't think, because we're kind of running out of time, and bits and pieces of its western side is already over land at the moment. So it's already touching land. It's already not liking it. But that's just going to continue to move west, and the more it moves west, the more weaker it's going to start to get, because it's going over more land versus that water there. What's up, Legacy? What's up, Divas? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. Matthew say model intensity guidance invest 92 L, so it's tropical storm for most of the models. We'll keep an eye on it, Matthew. What's up, Tiffany? Hope you're doing good. Kite weather for sure. I don't think I'd take a kite out in this. No thanks. There's a lot of lightning, actually, even with these guys. Tropical systems typically don't have a lot of lightning, but whenever you're in the early stages like this, you have more kind of scattered thunderstorms. There is a lot of lightning going on in these little bursts here. Overall. Is there any tornado warnings? We do have a tornado warning that we were watching. They did cancel it, though. That is no longer in effect here. This was for Williamer, San Perlita, I think it is, Perlita, Raymondville, and Lyford. This is no longer in effect, though. They canceled this here. But yeah, currently at the moment, there is not any tornado warnings. Like I said, we're going to have the potential, though, for a couple tornadoes today in South Texas, in which, like I said, we do have a tornado watch in place here. Let's see if we can go ahead and bring that up for y'all. But yeah, we do got a tornado watch in place, which will remain in effect until 7 o'clock Central. Here we go. Look at this. Here, I'm going to hop y'all over to the full screen here. Tropical Storm Alberto related watch. Take a look at that there. So there you go. Tornado watch in effect. This will remain in effect here until 7 a.m. Central Time. Probability of tornadoes 50%. Probability of EF2 plus 20%. Obviously, our low, our hail and our winds are low, pretty much. Overall, we're not expecting, hardly any hail or any of that. But this is mostly just for tornadoes here, overall. Let's see here. Legacy says my parents don't get why I watch weather streams for weather that's nowhere near me. It's just interesting, man. I mean, I did the same thing growing up. I always watch the Weather Channel, even if I'm several states away. I mean, if it's a blizzard up there in Kansas, I'd still be watching it from Virginia when I was growing up. It's just interesting, man. It really is. Especially the tropics, and this being the first storm of the hurricane season. This is it, man. This is the beginning of a long road this year. Hurricane season this year is going to be pretty active. I mean, the waters across the entire Atlantic are way hotter than normal. That's raising a bit of alarms already, just considering how hot it is for this time of the year. I think it's going to be a long year. NOAA even predicted a really, really strong hurricane season this year. I think 2024 will definitely go down as a pretty active season. So we'll have to definitely be watching out there for that. But anyway, so like I said, y'all, this is the latest satellite imagery. Once again, we have a lot of convection, really a lot. Look at this, in South Texas, we're getting a lot of heavy thunderstorm activity popping off out there. We did have a lot of tornado warnings in place from those storms that were rolling through. Currently, there's no tornado warnings in place. They did cancel them all as of right now, but like I said, we're going to have to keep a close eye on Texas, as there will be potentially more tornado warnings to follow down in time. We just don't know where yet. And, like I said, there's always that potential when you have a tropical cyclone of some cyclone-induced tornadic activity. Just by the nature of spinning of these storms, it can create that lower level rotation, which generates tornadic activity. Given you have a solid enough updraft to support it. Now, when looking at the radar here, let's see here. Don't think that's much of anything. I don't think that's much of anything. I don't think it's need to be warned, but we're gonna really have to watch out for these guys off the coast here. Typically, there's a lot of these guys, the ones off the coast. Since the water's flat, since the water's perfectly flat, they really like to start rotating off the coast here. And then they roll inland, which could obviously get, turn from a waterspout concern into, tornadic or landspout concern. So that's just something we're going to have to watch out for. We're going to have to keep an eye on those ones off the coast of Texas, because they could spawn some tornadic activity down in time. Let's see here. We could see a few tornadoes. Are you actually going to cover the tornadoes if we do get a tornado? Yeah, I have been, Sam. Yes. What's up, Chrissy? Hope you're doing good, my friend. They do ask me for weather forecast, though. Gotcha. Well, that's good. At least you know what's going on. That is for sure. Let's go and take a look at the hurricane hunters. I think they're still in the storm here. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and disable. Or actually, sorry, I'm gonna pull this up here. Hurricane hunters. Yeah, I think they're still in that storm. They flew off from Gulfport. Hurricane hunters flew out from Gulfport. They let's see here. Where are they? Oh yeah, there they are. Yep, they're getting ready to punch the core of the storm again. Let's see, surface low around 1,001 millibars. Now the current strength of that storm, y'all. We're talking currently the central low is estimated to be right around 993 millibars, which is pretty strong, pretty impressive low. Once again, sustained winds of around 50 miles an hour currently, gusting up to around 60. And the movement here is west of 9 miles an hour. Like I said, the winds ain't really anything super concerning, super crazy. I mean, these areas get these winds all the time from tropical systems, so this is more of a weaker storm overall. I mean, this is kind of more of a lower mid-end tropical storm at this point. So, the winds ain't going to be super wild. But the flooding, though, that's that's where it becomes a big problem. You know, the flooding. We're talking some areas potentially well over a foot of rainfall between like Mexico, possibly some areas in southern Texas could see up to a foot of rainfall total. You know, the greatest potential is going to be out there near like Corpus Christi in those areas there. So absolutely. But yeah, the hurricane hunters are actually currently flying in to the core of the storm. If I was to bring up our, let's see here, I think we have hurricane hunter activity to see here. Aircraft. Oh, there they are. Yep, there you go. So they're getting ready to fly into the core of the storm here. If I was to take a look at the satellite imagery, you can kind of see that circulation's right around here. So yeah, that's right around where that circulation's at. I'd say it's probably a good, you know, still a good, what, 75 miles or so off the coast here. I can't tell for sure. Let me pull up a measuring tool here. We'll take a look at that. Let me pull up satellite. Pull up the, let's see here. This should, here we go. Tropical Storm Alberto. This should be pretty good. Let's see what we can do here. Pull up our long wave IR scan. There we go. Okay, cool. Go ahead and load up some of those panels. Okay, so yeah, so that low is located right in here. It's kind of hard to tell, but that's kind of right around where your central low is located. And the hurricane hunters are down here. They're getting ready to punch through the core again. They're getting ready to learn some more about the storm here. Let's see here. Let me pull up some. Here we go. Here, let me bring this over here for you guys if it'll let me. Turn this off. Okay, so we're gonna bring this over here. Turn that up, and then we'll pull up the data. There we go. Cool. Let's see. So our MSLP, we did get down to around 996 millibars. Currently, we're right around 1,001. I do expect that to start dropping because they're probably getting ready to fly into one of that big convective burst here. That's kind of right around where that center is located. That's a little hard to tell. But that center of the storm is right in here, so they're getting ready to fly through. But yeah, that pressure is likely going to drop here. Let's see here. So yeah, as we approach our way closer to landfall, they actually do have, the Hurricane Center does actually have a slight weakening of the cyclone by the time we reach that landfall point. 2 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, we're expected to have those sustained winds around 45. Slight drop, about 5 miles an hour. Once again, right now, y'all, it's 50 mile an hour sustained. So currently, right now, it's 50 mile per hour wind speeds with gusts up to around 60. And Hurricane Center has that slightly dropping in the next hour and a half or so. You know, we are seeing those maximum gusts still expected to be right around 60 miles an hour with those sustained winds around 45 at that point in time. Now, let's go ahead and measure this off the coast here. I'm curious to see a little, you know, kind of how far we are. So the coast, let me make sure. I believe that's, okay, there's the, oh, hold on a minute. Where's the coast? I think that's the coast there. Okay. So we're going to measure that from the coast, that central low. No, we're still a good 100 and something miles off the coast here. Maybe about a, yeah, I mean, that's still a good 100 miles or so off the coast here. It's moving west at 9 miles an hour. So it's, wait, do the math there. It'll probably be a while before it gets to the coast here. You know, let me look at the models here. I'm actually curious to see what the latest model runs have to say about landfall timing. Let me go ahead and hop y'all over here to the models. We're going to take a look at those. So we got a new model run of the HWRF coming through. It shows landfall. Yeah, it shows landfall actually to be right around like 6 a.m. I'm gonna try to stay up as long as I can. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to landfall, y'all. It's gonna be pretty late if it does it at that time. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to physically be able to stay awake that long. But let me see. What about another model? We're gonna take a look at the HMON. HMON has it making landfall. Yeah, a little bit earlier. This one shows between right around 2:30, 3 o'clock probably, with the landfall out there Eastern time. So this one shows us making landfall here in the next little bit. Yeah, we're definitely a little bit more earlier on this model run. So let's see, HAFSA. That model run's just rendering here. Let's try the previous model run there. Yeah, I mean, kind of shows it between 2 and 5. Let's see here. My family used to Alabama. We were in Hurricane Katrina. Oh, yeah. I have no personal memory of the storm, though, because it happened before I was born. Well, I mean, I'm sure you're not going to have any memories of it since you weren't even alive at that point, but my goodness. Let's see. I still know what happened though. It was, yeah, Katrina was bad. I personally don't remember Katrina. I mean, I was 2005, I think it was. I was, let's see, I would have been 3 years old. 3 years old. So there ain't much I'm remembering at that point. Anyways, y'all, so like I said, if you guys are just tuning in here, the hurricane hunters, they are currently en route to the core of the storm. They're getting close to it right now. Let's see, surface pressure estimated to be right there around 1,000 millibars where they're at. It's probably going to drop quickly because, current estimated pressure right now, as of the last update from the Hurricane Center, has it down to 993 millibars. So we are talking some pretty low pressure. Pretty low pressure. But yeah, like I said, this thing is working its way to the west here. Looks like landfall is going to be out there towards Tampico area. So Tampico, Mexico, out there towards let's see, Poncano. Poncano. I'm not too good with these names here, man. Let's see here, Tamplumum. You guys can see it on the screen here. So that's kind of where I could say Tampico. That's probably how you say that, right? We're expecting landfall. We're right around Tampico, Mexico. So that's kind of where the center of the storm is going to roll through. Now Texas is still a ways away up. Let me go ahead and hop our way over here back to what was it now? Oh yeah, back over to this view here. Yeah, you can see that's right where that low is located there. Yeah, the low pressure system is right around that latest convective burst. That latest burst of convection there. That's kind of right around where that low is located. So, that right there. It's getting closer. It is definitely getting closer to land there. And like I said, the hurricane hunters, they are flying right towards it. Right towards it. So we're going to get some new data coming through here pretty soon from the core of the storm. They've been on this storm out for a while, actually. They've already done several passes in the core. What'd they do? They've already done, 2 passes? Yeah, 2 passes in the core of the storm, in which they're getting ready to do their 3rd pass. I'm not too sure if they're going to have any more Hurricane Hunter aircraft go out there. Let's see here. Let me bring this up for you guys. We're gonna. Oh my goodness! It did it again. Of course it does. My computer does not like me very much. There we go. Anyways, so what I was talking about is, yeah, they did do some Dropsondes. The Hurricane Hunters, they did do some Dropsondes. We did have the pressure reports of 993 millibars. We did have a report from an official observation from a dropsonde. Now, if you don't know what a dropsonde is, think of it as a big cylinder. Okay, we're going to call this screwdriver a dropsonde. So they put a big parachute on top of it, and they shoot it out of the plane. It's like a bomb bay. So they or not really, but it's like a little tube on the bottom of the plane. They open the cap of the tube, and they shove it down, and it goes under the plane, and it has a parachute on it. And so basically it just floats down, and it records data, temperature, humidity, dew point, and obviously pressure, wind speed. It measures wind speed off of GPS tracking, basically saying how far the probe has moved and what direction it's moved in and how fast it's moving. That's how they can really kind of tell where the wind speeds and stuff like that. But yeah, that probe drops and it drops, and once it gets just before it hits the surface of the water, they measure that. That is your sea level pressure, and we did record 993 millibars. That is pretty strong, actually. That's pretty decent. We're definitely picking up a lot of stronger winds too on that northeastern quadrant. That's just typical for cyclones. The northeastern quadrant of the storm is like I said, the northeastern quadrant there is typically the most harsh, overall there. Let's see here. Flight level wind. I want to see surface winds. Estimated around 25 knots where they're at right now. Let me zoom out a little bit for y'all so you don't have to see all that. Here we go. Yeah, so the latest position where they're at right now, about 10 minutes ago. Updates every 10 minutes here. We should get a new update here soon, actually, a new refresh. Yeah, no, we're basically seeing right around 25 knots. 25 knots estimated surface winds out there. And that pressure is definitely dropping. You can see as we are getting closer to the core of that storm, the pressure is dropping. Estimated just to be slightly above 1,000 millibars. But they're not in the core yet. They're not in the core of the storm yet. So, but yeah, so that we'll definitely keep a close eye on that data. Very useful stuff. They are doing Dropsondes too. They are dropping these little probes into the storm to kind of gather calculations on what it's doing. Pretty well saturated throughout the levels of the atmosphere. You can see that closer your green and red are together, your dew point is your green, your temperature is your red. Closer together they are, the higher the humidity. And the humidity column is very humid, showing that there is a lot of moisture available, which is good for that storm. Not necessarily good for us. Out there towards the eye, it's a little less saturated on the surface, or closer to the ground level. But still pretty high humidity, even then. There's a lot of moisture. A lot of moisture in this storm here. It's definitely looking pretty good, and the estimated pressure, look at that as the latest scans here. You can see the pressure is it's ever so slightly dropping, and it's here soon. Whoops, here soon whenever we do get that other scan, which it looks like wow, they're gonna get some crazy scans on that thing. Look at that big storm right over the central eye of that storm. That big burst there. That is right around where the eye of the storm is right now, or the center of the storm. There is no eye. But what the center of the storm is right in here somewhere. And you can actually see that they've slightly curved their trajectory a bit to kind of make it towards, the region there. But with these big bursts of convection, essentially it's a very strong thunderstorm. And with the thunderstorm, you have an updraft. Which is basically that warm air that's rising. And as you pull air away from the surface, you're lowering the pressure. And so they're going to do some analysis once they fly through that storm. And they're going to actually be able to see how much that pressure is lowered. And they'll be able to take that and actually kind of give an estimate of, what the central low is located to be. Definitely interesting. Let's see here. Andrew, if you have any Windows, that's the best. Unplug the computer and chuck it out the window. I hate computers too. Yeah, my computer does not like me that much. If I did that though, I wouldn't be able to do any coverages or anything for you guys. Wouldn't want that now, will we? Let's see here. Will all of Texas get some rain? Not all of Texas, no. This is mostly for South Texas. It's going to get all this rain here. Legacy says, gave you a second like. Thank you. I appreciate it. If you guys could like, maybe subscribe, and most importantly, share this if y'all could. That'd mean the world to me. It'll obviously help out with you guys as well, help keeping y'all weather aware. Even if you're not in the region here, just consider leaving a like, subscribing, because like I said, we cover a lot of the world, sorry, let me rephrase that. We cover a lot of North America regarding, tropical systems. I cover the entire Atlantic. Sometimes we cover the Pacific. Even as well, but I mostly cover like the main U.S. And sometimes Canada actually. So if y'all would be interested in that, just consider subscribing, leaving a like. It'll be much appreciated. But like I said, also consider sharing, as that'll be the most the best way you guys can support us would be by sharing, which I do appreciate it. Anyways, so let's see. This was as of 4:40 UTC. Okay, so this was as of about 4 minutes ago. Gotcha. Okay, so nice. Okay, so they're previously over here. So they're probably right about now. They're probably already in the core of that convective burst there. They are flying right into that thing, dude. That's going to be interesting to see. That's really going to be interesting. Let's do a little bit of an update here on the Texas area. We don't have any tornado warnings right now. We are currently, we do not have any tornado warnings for Texas, which is good. Keeping a close eye on it, though. A lot of these coastal stations are reporting at least 30-knot winds. So we're definitely picking up some, let's see here. Yeah, we're definitely picking up some pretty strong coastal winds out there. And we're likely already seeing a bit of surging out there, too. Once again, mild surging. We're not expecting any, like nasty stuff there. Let's take a look out in Texas and see what we got going on there. Sound kind of central Texas, pretty calm. We got a little camera out here towards east of Houston too. Wow, look at those clouds. They do not look friendly. Goodness, that is pretty strong. Let's see. Yeah, about 18 mile an hour sustained, 18 mile an hour wind gusts. About 9 sustained here. Yeah, it's not super crazy out in those areas there. Got a new mesoscale discussion. Let's take a look at that real quickly. Occasionally strengthening showers and storms may continue to be accompanied by a risk of brief, weak tornadoes for at least several more hours. That was a direct quote from the Storm Prediction Center. Let me go ahead and bring that MCD up for you guys. That way I can show you guys the text yourself. Let's see here. Storm Prediction Center. Here we go. Okay. So there we are. So yeah, you can see we do have ourselves. So yeah, occasionally strengthening showers and storms may continue to be accompanied by a risk of risk for brief, weak tornadoes for at least several more hours across the watch area. As we're going to have the continuation of multiple rain bands rolling through. There's going to be that ongoing threat for the next several hours for tornadoes. Like I said, right now, though, there's no current tornado warnings in place. There's no active tornado warnings right now, but we have had multiple tornado warnings today. Yeah, currently not really anything concerning on velocity. Like I was mentioning, though, we got to really watch out for these guys. These ones that are off the coast there. Sometimes they like to spin as they roll towards the coastline. Got a 50-knot wind bar. Wow. What's going on out there? Winds east at 45 miles an hour, gusting to 53. That's a buoy out there. Speaking of buoys, hold on a second. Hold your horses for a second. Hold on a minute. I forgot about buoys. I forgot those were a thing. I'm still trying to get tuned in the hurricane hunt or hurricane coverage. I've already forgot a lot about some of the buoys and stuff we used to have. How did I even bring those up? It's been over a year since I've found the buoys. Where are the buoys? I need the buoys. Where are the buoys? Probably under tropical? No, not under tropical. Would be under that. Maybe this? Ah, there we go. Okay, marine. That makes sense. We got a buoy right near there. Let's see here. Gusting up to 33, sustained of 26. That's our closest buoy. Wow. Okay. See, sea surface temperature 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow. What's up, Maple? Hope you're doing good, man. Saying hi in WW, just swinging by. 43-knot flight level winds at 30 and 38 knots. SFMRs with increasing rain rates for the present of recon airplane heading towards the center of Alberto. Yeah, we're keeping a close eye on that, actually. They're getting ready to fly right through the center. They've probably already flied through the center of that convective burst there. They're right around the center of the storm now, actually. The hurricane hunters are currently hurricane hunters are... Sorry, it's late. The hurricane hunters are currently right around the center of Tropical Storm Alberto right now. Yes. But it's good to see you, Maple. Hope you're doing good, man. So we should get a new update here relatively soon. We get them about every 10 minutes. So coming up here around 4:50 UTC, which is in like 10 seconds. But we're not gonna have it in 10 seconds. It'll be sometime soon. We'll get an update here pretty soon, so we'll keep a close eye on that. Yeah, they've got to be somewhere in here by now. Really curious to see that. Actually, the satellite imagery is about 10 minutes behind, too. Keep in mind they found 61 knot FL winds in the northeast earlier. Flight level winds in the northeast earlier, but it didn't mix down. Yeah, that's interesting. Very interesting, per se. All right, we should give it a second more, and it'll probably update here pretty soon. Yeah, I bet you that pressure is going to tank on that next update there. You know, just given the fact that they're flying right in the center of that convective burst there, definitely wouldn't be surprised if we've seen quite a drop in pressure and an increase in winds. So no tornado warnings right now, y'all. Like I said, doing a quick little update here on South Texas. Got a lot of rain heading in. Still continue to see a lot of rain out there. Currently no active tornado warnings, thankfully. But we got to keep an eye on them, especially those bands that are starting to roll closer to the coast there. We'll keep an eye on it. Definitely we'll keep an eye on it. Let's do another update here. I think we're... Yep, still 10 minutes behind there. Okay, so we should get a new update here hopefully soon. The new satellite imagery just came through, though. So there's your latest. This is, as of a minute ago, this is the satellite imagery. And like I said, the hurricane hunters are probably right in the middle of it right now. Right in the middle of it, I'm sure. What's up, Pilot? Hope you're doing good, man. What's up, Indiana? Marco says upvoted. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for support. Yeah, no, we got some pretty strong winds reported up there, though. Flight level winds was pretty high at some points. 60, yeah, there you go, 60 knots there. 60 knot flight level wind. That's about 10,000 feet. They fly on about 10,000 feet. Oh, is that a new convective burst popping? Wow, look at that thing. Holy cow, that's a new... That's a new burst starting to pop off here. Pilot dude, thank you for the $2, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support. It definitely goes a long way in helping us out and helps a brother out streaming late at night. Like I said, my body's like, no, but I'm like, yeah, I need to stream this. So your contribution is greatly appreciated. I appreciate it. Like I said, my vocabulary and my sanity is pretty low right now. Because we're getting pretty late out there, but I'm here for y'all, and so thank you, dude. Seriously, that goes a long way with helping. Let's see, 51 knot flight level winds and 51 knot SFMRs. Let's see, interesting to see them both the same. Let's see, did it update yet? Am I? Hold on a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, they took a hard right turn. Look at that. Dude, they did like a, what is that, like a 75-degree angle? Wow, they sure did a sharp turn there. Let's see here. Still, oh, hold on. I need to pull back up our data here. Hurricane hunters, let's take a look back here at this. Okay, so mean sea level pressure. Yeah, no, you can't hardly see it, but we are dipping in the 990s there, right there towards the end. So we're getting closer. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't just punch that. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, though, because that's going to give you lower readings naturally when you fly through a convective burst like that, because that's not going to give a true reading of the central low. So that's probably why they detoured around. They're probably going to... Yeah, they are. They're turning again. That's exactly what they did, actually. Because if they would have went right through that, they would have got a lot lower of a reading than the central low actually is. They're not trying to measure the storm's low or the updraft strength, but they're trying to measure the whole system's low. And by doing that, yeah, they're going to fly around it. So we'll see. But like I said, latest scans, we're getting a new convective burst just to the northeast of the Hurricane Hunter's position. We're starting to get a pretty strong band there. You see that right there? Latest scans really starting to show up another convective burst. That's new thunderstorm developing there. Of course, out there by South Texas too, in Mexico, we got a lot of strong thunderstorm activity rolling ashore. Once again, tornado concerns is present. But right now, we have no active tornado warnings. We did have a tornado warning earlier towards Raymondville. No longer in effect. But like I was mentioning, we do got to watch out for these showers and these more bands heading inland there. Also, some of these other cells that might be starting to strengthen a bit there, too. We'll keep a close eye on those ones inland as well. But like I said, right now, we are currently not in any tornado warnings here. Yeah, I mean, you can really see. That's just incredible. Yeah, look at the infrared view with that big convective burst that rolled through the Texas coast there. Absolutely crazy. You know, we have had some pretty... we're having some pretty strong wind reports coming through on the coast here. Much of Texas coast here is reporting at least sustained winds of 25 knots. Mostly over 30 knots for a lot of these barbs here. Higher gusts, of course. 39 mile an hour wind gusts out there. 38 here. Let's see here. 43 here. Got a lot of stations right there. Let's see. It's 39 mile an hour here. This one doesn't say. This one is 41. Yeah, we're definitely we're gonna hop down to Brownsville radar. We're definitely gusting pretty high up there into lower tropical storm force winds. Let's see. South Padre Island there. I think this is near Starbase right here. You know, that might even be a meso... Wait a minute. Is that Starbase? No. Can't be. No, that's not Starbase. Okay, I was about to say. Well, there's a mesonet out there. Reporting about 45 sustained... Or say 45 gusting out there. Gotcha. We should have a new update on the Hurricane Hunters here pretty soon. I'd say within the next 5 minutes we'll have an update on Hurricane Hunter position and updates here. Yeah, like I said, right now the Hurricane Hunter's position, they are currently located in pretty much near the core of Alberto here. So their previous track, they were flying northwest here. And just as of about 10-15 minutes ago, they took a sharp turn to the right, and now we are starting to peel back here to the northwest again. The reason I believe that they ended up detouring there is because of this big convective burst. It would have probably gave them a lot of false readings, so they probably just avoided that thunderstorm there. So either that or they're trying to find the central low, which more than likely it's a little bit of both, probably, overall. Let's see here. But yeah, we're definitely going to get a new update here pretty soon. It'll be interesting to see kind of what we're looking at that point. All right, so let's hop back over here for a minute. So once again, everybody, we do have a tornado watch in place for Texas, for South Texas. A bit of an update here on South Texas overall. They did actually, I believe they dropped some of those areas. Yeah, they did drop the tornado watch for a couple counties. You can actually see right here as we progress down in time. They did drop the tornado watch for a couple counties there. You can see on the last frame. So went from there to there. They dropped some counties further away from San Antonio. But we still got that tornado watch in place out there for Corpus Christi, Victoria, out there towards like Brownsville Brownsville. My bad. I'm just losing my mind. But yeah, I mean, even in the latest scans, look at all that convective activity out there in Texas. I mean, it's just blowing up. Just blowing up. There's a lot of strong thunderstorms right now in Texas. South Texas out there. So, you know, there's likely going to be some pretty strong wind gusts on those, potential for tornadoes. Definitely got to watch out for it there. All right, so we're gonna take a look here at the hurricane hunters. We should be getting a new update here pretty soon. Pretty soon. They are currently moving to the northwest as of last update. Take a look at this here. We're gonna update our page. Look at that. So they did have estimated pressure there right around 998 millibars. That's not an official ground reading, but that's estimated. 998 millibars there. Let's see. 995, 983. So yeah, they're kind of pulling out of the core right now. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Hold on a minute, y'all. I don't know if they were flying in the thunderstorm there. But the surface wind here, the SFMR wind speeds, wow, that got up to 50 knots. Hold on a minute. Let's see. So knots to miles an hour. That'd be right around 57 miles an hour, if that verified. Yeah, the rainfall rate shot up too, and then quickly dropped. Yeah, that was they probably went into that thunderstorm partially. That's why that happened. Pressure did drop a bit. Pressure did drop to about, it's hard to tell exactly, but around 998 millibars. Wow. That is incredible. Let's see here. Do I think they're going to try to do a northeast to southwest pass? Let's see, a northeast to... Hold on. A northeast to southwest... Wait, what? Northeast to southwest pass. Instead of the southeast to northwest pass. Oh, I see what you're saying. So are they going to go northeast rather than northwest? They're probably going to go northwest. I mean, of course, we'll... Actually, you know what? Whoa, they're doing some... Dude, look at that, man. Oh, look at that, 997. Wow, okay, there you go. Aircraft pressure's at 843 millibars, but surface, estimated surface, 997 millibars. They're doing the zigzags here. I think they're trying to find the central low, and I think they found it, too. Look at that. They found it. That's where your low's at. They literally... I think they pinpointed it, actually. Yeah, look at that, man. I think they found it. So there's pretty calm. You can see the winds curving. I think they found the central low there. Wow. Yeah, because winds went calm there, too. Winds went completely calm. That is... Wow. So, let me pull up data. If I can remember what I'm doing here. Nope. Here we go. Whoa, big drop. Big drop in pressure. 996. 996 millibars. That is, wow. So yeah, 996 millibars there. That's not an official Dropsondes reading. That's just estimated. But yeah, 996 millibars there. Let's see here. Yeah, that's definitely really interesting. Let me pull it up on my other view here. See if I can update it. I don't know if it'll come through. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Oh, look at the winds are starting to pick back up again, though. Nearly 40 knots. There's just something about all these graphs and stuff I just love, dude. you know, honestly, I know there's you know, the storm is pretty nasty and all, but tracking the tropics is my favorite thing to track. Alberto strengthened to 50. Yeah, it's at 50. It's been at 50 for a while. Sea level pressure. Yeah, we did record 997. Actually, briefly in the 996 territory. Man. Yeah, but the tropics have always been my favorite to track. You know, like the observing, you know, the forecasting. It's just something about it, man. And, you know, just being here to help out with y'all. Let's do a little bit of an update in Texas here. Still no active tornado warnings here. We do not have any no active tornado warnings in place right now. We are looking pretty good. Let's try the Corpus Christi radar for a minute here. Give that a second to load here. There we go. I have to keep an eye on this little area here. Got a little bit of offshore rotation. So I'm saying, y'all, we gotta watch those. We gotta watch these guys as they roll inland. They could do some tornadic stuff. Do I think they're gonna? Oh, I already read that one. Sorry. Let's see here. We'll have a new update in about maybe a little less than 10 minutes. We'll have an update from the hurricane hunters. Let me go back over that data again. I wonder if they did a dropsonde with that recent pass. I mean, I figured they will. Figured they did. Look at that, y'all. 996.4 was their lowest estimated pressure there. 996.4 millibars. How's that? Oh, like, yeah, there's that other convective burst there that's popping off. Got another little storm out there. Let me try the buoy here. Gusting to 33, sustained of 29. That's just shy to the southeast of that new convective burst. So right around 2 a.m. we're going to be just off the coast of Mexico here. That central low is like right here. I think you could. Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, you can actually kind of see it. Look at that closely, guys. You see it coming down? It's kind of hard to... It's going kind of fast. Here, let me slow this down for you. It's really hard to make out. But right here, it's kind of coming down. So I think... Oh, look at that. Hold on a minute. No, you got this up here, too. Look at that. See how that's coming up? That's also where the hurricane hunters just passed and it went calm. And you can actually see the winds, how they changed. They arced as well. So yeah, our central low is right here. Right there. That is literally where our central low is located. So... in about an hour's time, they say it's going to be here. It is expected to drop strength, 45 sustained with gusts up to 60 by about an hour from now. Let's see, when is the new advisory coming out? Last advisory was at 10 o'clock. So I think they do it every 3 hours? So that would have been... every 3 hours. So 10, and then we have 11, 12, and 1. So that would mean that we'd probably get it here soon, but I don't know if we're going to get an update or not here soon. I don't know if it's every 3 or every 6 hours. If anybody knows that, can you let me know? Are they updating every 3 or 6 hours? Because I know they do some of those intermediate updates whenever there's like landfall expected. Not too sure. The next one coming through. Man, they're doing the zigzag again. Or is that just... Hold on a minute. That is... Oh, no, that's older data. Okay, we should get a new update here pretty soon from the hurricane hunters, man. Should get a new one here pretty soon. Whew, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm getting a little sleepy. I'm usually in bed at this time. I'm gonna try to stay up as long as I can. I at least want to be here for a while with y'all. We've been live over an hour so far, so already an hour down. We'll get a new update here soon. Yeah, so we should get a new one. It happens every 10 minutes, y'all. Last update was at 5 Zulu, which was at 1 o'clock a.m. Eastern. So we should get a new update here within the next few minutes. It might even already be available over here. It's not. Hopefully we'll get a... Yeah, they did a really interesting path with that latest scan they just did. So they basically came down, right? They came around. They did a little bit of an interesting loop, and then look at this. They did a big zigzag. They're cutting across, I think, to try to find the core. But yeah, there's our low, right around where they're at now is kind of where that central low is located. So they're right in it. Hoping for a new update here pretty soon from them. Still no update on them yet. So as soon as we figure out the information, I'll let y'all know. Yeah, we got up to 50 there, which is interesting. 50 knots. Picked back up a bit. Still no update yet. Oh, there we go. New update just came through. Oh, no, they're going northeast. Yeah, Maple, they're going northeast, actually. Let's see here. Let me try updating this here. That's not available yet. Okay. Okay, we'll give that a second to update. But yeah, they pulled northeast here. Yeah, they're back in the over 50 knot winds now. They're out of the core. Let's see here. Wow, big dip in pressure. Yeah, they're back up in the 1,000 millibar range here. I'm the only streamer live. I don't know about all that. I might be the only crazy one that decides to stay up this late tracking a tropical storm. I mean, it's not like it's a hurricane or anything crazy right now, but it's the first storm of the season, man. I mean, I gotta be here for it. Plus, I gotta keep y'all updated on everything. All right, update on Texas. No tornado warnings in place for Texas. We are good. Still got that tornado watch in place, though. That'll be in effect until 7 a.m. Central. See if these updated yet. Yes, they have. I don't think they did any more Dropsondes. Yeah, they're pulling away from the core there, y'all. You can see that that's going down, but they did report 50 knots. 50 knots surface winds out there, SFMR wind speeds, and you can see that pressure. We did have some dips. Pressure did get down to a little under 997. 996 is what it was estimated. Don't think we have any Dropsondes. Don't think we did, anyways. Let's see here. Here. Sorry if I'm getting a little quiet, y'all. It's just my sleep deprivation is starting to kick in. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting really sleepy, y'all. I'm gonna try my hardest to stay alive as much as possible. Not too sure how long I'm gonna be live for, though. But we're gonna push through as much as I can. Let's see here. Yeah, landfall is expected to happen anywhere in the next 2 or 3 hours or so. So within the next 2 to 3 hours or so is probably when we're going to get that landfall overall. I mean, they have it at 2 a.m. right in here, which it's already 1:17. Try loading like 30 frames here. Ah, there we go. Yeah, you can really kind of make more sense of it the more frames you got. Yeah, I mean, it's getting closer to landfall, y'all. It actually is getting pretty close. You can see a westerly movement here. Central low is right just off the coast here. So it is somewhere in there. Yeah, that's somewhere roughly where that low is located. Should have some new Hurricane Hunter data coming in pretty soon. Let's see here, 1,000 millibar estimated there. Yeah, they're pulling away from the core, so the data is not going to be as interesting. Man. Alright, y'all. I'm going to take a break for a little bit. I'm probably going to take like a 15-minute break or so. Just to kind of wake up. We'll be back here in 15. Just gotta take a break here every once in a while if I want to stay up for a while. So let's go ahead and hop on over here to the break screen. Let's see here. Alrighty, so what screen should I keep it on? I'm gonna pull up this one. I'm gonna try to make it a little interesting here. See, Tash says good luck through the night. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna need it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it throughout the, oh shoot. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it throughout the coverage, but, let's see here. Okay, we'll do that, and then I'll do this. Alrighty. All right, guys, give me like 15 minutes. We'll be back. Catch y'all here soon. Don't go anywhere. Grab a snack, grab yourself something to eat, and we will return shortly.
A new tornado warning has been issued. A new tornado warning has been issued.
Alrighty, guys, we are back here with the live coverage. Hope everyone's doing good. Had to take a little bit of a break there because, well, it was not gonna lie, I'm getting a little tired here, but we are back, my friends. We're gonna go ahead and jump right back on into it here. So, like I said, here currently, we're gonna take a look at the latest update from the hurricane hunters. We're gonna get everything back up in order here. Let's go and take a look and see what that new data set's looking like here. Yeah, so the winds are gradually decreasing because they are flying away from that center where the strongest winds are located. Like I said, the last scan they went through to measure the pressure, I don't think they did a dropsonde. I could be wrong. Probably just didn't come through yet. Maybe it took some time. I don't think they did. No, it doesn't look like they did. They did do let's see, 5 they did. Let me take a look at Dropsonde 5 real quickly. Let's see. This was at 02. Hold on, 0214. That doesn't make sense. Wait, let me update this real quickly. Yeah, it doesn't look like they did a dropsonde. Okay, so they might even be heading back home with the latest the track they're going. They might even be heading back there towards Gulfport. You know, where they took off there from. They've been out tracking the storm for a while, actually. They've actually been on the storm here for a bit. So obviously, when it comes to it, probably not going to get much more sweeps of the core of the storm here by them. And I don't think they're going to launch another one either. I'm pretty sure they're done mostly with all of that, but anyway, so yeah, if you guys are just tuning in here, we are watching, like I said, Tropical Storm Alberto here. Currently sustained winds of 50 miles an hour with gusts up to 60, moving west at 9 miles an hour as well, with a central low of 993 millibars. Let's go and take a look here at the latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center. We'll take a look at that. Let's go ahead and hop on over here now. Yep, still 993 millibars. Okay, let's go and hop you all over here to the Hurricane Center's the Hurricane Center's page here. Alberto, we got ourselves maximum sustained winds of 50 miles an hour or 45 knots. Minimum central low of 993 millibars, as well as movement is west at 8 knots or 9 miles an hour. And Alberto is closing in on the coast of Mexico. Here's our current estimated tropical storm force winds. Currently, kicking off across like southern Texas, as well as like the central and eastern, or the east central and northeastern coast here of Mexico. We do got ourselves tropical storm warnings in place out there from central to southern Texas there, along the coast towards Brownsville, going up near Corpus Christi, just shy to the south of the Galveston Bay out there by Houston. And we do have ourselves tropical storm warnings in place out there for the eastern side here of Mexico, like I was saying, for some of the coastlines, where we are seeing that landfall out there. Tropical storm warnings in place, meaning that tropical storm conditions is expected, and that we are currently actively seeing, in this case, those activities right now. So, rainfall, latest update here has Corpus Christi. I can't even speak. It's getting late out there. Oh, it sure did. My AC thing broke again. Hold on, y'all. I gotta fix this darn thing. Thing's all broken. But what I was saying is that Corpus Christi is expected to see about 2 to 4 inches of rain still. Bear with me for a minute, y'all. Gotta fix this problem here. Corpus Christi, though, about 2 to 4 inches. Whoops. Oh my goodness, I am breaking everything here. Corpus Christi, about 2 to 4 inches. Let's see, Loretto, about 4 to 6 in Brownsville. Still there at around 2 to 4 inches out there towards Brownsville. So we'll definitely still watch out there for that. My goodness, dude. See, I need a new set of duct tape or something to hold this thing in place. It's all over the place, man. Alright, I'm going to keep it there for now. Hopefully it'll hold. If it can't hold, then I'm just going to, unplug it. I guess it'll be fine. See, there's a 5%. There was, Tash, yes. There was a 5% tornado threat there. I'm pretty sure with the latest, I think it's still there. Did it fall out? Yep, it sure did. All right, I'm turning off my AC here. Okay, so yeah, the latest, there is still a 5% TOR out there. Absolutely. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and hop on back over here to our satellite imagery.
A new tornado warning
like,
has been issued.
New convective burst here starting to develop. Let's go ahead and hop y'all back over here to the main screen. You can see right in there. That's right around where our low is located here. It's right in this little area there. We are starting to see that central low work its way to the west here. It is coming up ever so closer to landfall here, y'all. So over here, this is where the coast is located. There's Tampico. And once again, this thing is moving directly west here. So this thing is on a trajectory to be making landfall near the Tampico region here of Mexico, which is pretty far to the south of Texas. You know, this is not going to cause any direct landfall for Texas. We're still seeing a lot of thunderstorm activity out there in Texas. Once again, we do have a couple tornado warnings in place out here for Texas regions here. We are seeing a bit of rotation here located just north of Rasta, up here in South Texas, including Freer. You guys are included in that tornado warning there. As of now, I don't see any debris signatures, but there is some rotation going on out there. We do have the velocities there. So that is kind of what we are seeing here. We do got ourselves a flash flood warning in place out there for the Corpus Christi region, slightly to the south towards Chapman Ranch there, towards Bishop, Robstown, out there by Alfred and Orange Grove. So just a bit of a heads up for you guys overall. Here we go. Got a new advisory coming in from the National Hurricane Center. Advisory 10A, Alberto approaching the coast of Mexico. Heavy rains, coastal flooding, and gusty winds forecast to continue through the morning along the coast of Texas and northeastern Mexico. So I'm going to go ahead and retweet that for everybody. If y'all want to take a look at that, it's on my Twitter. But yeah, let's take a look at the advisory that they put up on the website. They probably... Did they update it here? Updated Alberto strengthening. Okay, they haven't updated it. Oh, here we go. Still the same. Yeah, still the same here. Minimum pressure 993 millibars. They still have it as, and maximum sustained winds at 50. But yeah, Alberto is approaching the coast of Mexico. So we're getting close. Getting a lot closer to that landfall point there. Let's see here. I'm going to do a little bit of a measurement here. Kind of see how far off the coast we are. According to this, we're still at least 90 miles away. Let's see here. Let me turn off the satellite, or turn it down a little bit. Tone it down in the satellite imagery just a tad. It's gonna turn that. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so the core of that storm is like right in here. Actually, right in here. That's right where the core is at. Yeah, I mean, we're still about 90 miles away from that thing making landfall out there. Throughout Mexico there. We're moving about 10 miles an hour to the west here. So that is... Yeah, that's pretty slow comparing to this here. So 10 miles an hour, and we're about 100 miles. Was that 10 hours? I don't think so. Yeah, the models kind of show that landfall being there anywhere between 2 and, anywhere between 2 and 5 between then, is what the models were kind of suggesting. Tatch says earlier it said we're going to make landfall around 7 a.m. Is that still true? I think it's going to be before. I think it's going to be before 7 a.m. here. I mean, we're already near 2 a.m. here. We've already been almost live for 2 hours. Let me pull up the models. Let's take a look at some models again here. We got the Ozulu. The Ozulu runs of HWRF and some of those models running now. So let's take a look at that. So according to the HWRF here, it shows between 2 and 5. It'll probably be around like 3:30 according to the HWRF roughly. Let's see, HMON here. This one shows. Yeah, this one showed like right around 2 a.m. A little bit after 2 a.m. But that's at this point that's not going to happen. Let's see here. Yeah, I really don't think it's going to be doing all that now. Yeah, so landfall, personally, landfall will probably be happening here within the next 3 hours, I'd probably say. That kind of seems to be what we're looking at overall. Jason, dude, coming in with a $10 super chat, man. Thank you so much, Jason. I appreciate that, man. Saying anything happening for Hastings, Nebraska in the near future. Thank you for being on the tube. In Great Weather First channel. Or hold on, in Great Weather First channel. Sorry, my brain is all out of whack right now because of the time. But thank you, Jason. I appreciate it, man. Anything for Hastings, Nebraska? I don't think there's anything coming up for you. Severe weather's been actually expected to be pretty calm, thankfully. We are calming down just a tad. Let me take a look out there for you. So, do it in the next 3-day forecast here for you real quickly. Today, nothing. Tomorrow, nothing. And day 3, nothing. So, yeah, you're not expecting any severe weather throughout the next 3 days. Honestly, you are looking pretty good, actually. I'm not expecting a whole lot of activity to go on towards your region. Now, when it comes to the models, showing activity out there, let me take a look at the latest HRRR model here. Latest HRRR could show some thunderstorms near the area, maybe like tomorrow, later on today, I should say. Maybe this morning could see a couple showers and storms rolling through. That's a possibility given by the HRRR. So we'll have to see. Yeah, so there could be some early morning showers and storms maybe. They're not expected to be anything severe though, man. So we're looking pretty good overall. But yeah, look at that, y'all. So it does look like the hurricane hunters are heading home. They are pretty much, yeah, they would have already turned by now. They've been out on this storm for a while now. In which they are heading home back to Gulfport, I believe. They only have a certain amount of fuel, too. So they can only be out there so long, man. But, yeah, I think I don't think they're sending out any more aircraft. I feel like that's going to be the last of the hurricane hunters that we're going to have for this storm. Now, if this was like a major hurricane or something, they'd probably have another plane out in it. They probably had multiple scouting. But this, like I said, this is kind of a lower mid-level tropical storm. I mean, this is nothing super, super wild. This is just kind of the preview to the hurricane season here. Thankfully, I'm very thankful it's not a hurricane. But just because it's a tropical storm doesn't mean it's not having some heavy impacts. I mean, wind-related issues, it's nothing to compare really to a hurricane. I mean, there's going to be some damage probably for some wind happening somewhere between Mexico and Texas. But, regarding the heaviest impacts from this system, that's got to be, all of that's going to be from the rain. Yeah, pretty much. The rain is what's really dragging a lot of these concerns for these areas. I mean, like I said, we've already seen a lot of rainfall throughout portions of South Texas and also Mexico from this system already here. I'm going to see what I can do to show you guys observed precipitation here. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have an updated view on the observed precipitation, but we've had a lot of rain out there. What I can show you here, and like I said, you should take this with a grain of salt. I can show you the radar estimated rainfall totals. Like I said, a bit of a heads up for y'all. This is not a good way of really determining exactly how much rain you've gotten. It's an idea, a range of how much rain we could have seen. I mean, it doesn't always line up perfectly. But, when it comes to it, we'll have to just take a look at it. So, all right, so here we go. So this is, once again, just estimated rainfall totals. This is not approximate. But out there towards Corpus Christi, just to the north, radar was estimating about, anywhere from 3 to 5 inches, locally maybe up to 6 out there. Just north of Corpus Christi. And we're not done yet. We're still seeing a bit more rain out in these regions here. For the majority of the area, we've seen easily a couple of inches of rainfall. Hopping on down here towards, like Brownsville area, out there in South Texas. We've had ourselves a fair share amount of rainfall out here as well. Some areas, still between 2 and 4 inches of rainfall according to the radar site here. Like I said, once again, this is not necessarily the best way of determining how much rainfall we've seen, but it's an idea, and it does give us a general idea, essentially, of how much we have, kind of seen around here, if that makes sense. So, anyways, I did want to just go ahead and take a look at that with you guys real quickly. And with that being said, the latest updated forecast, just came through not too long ago. This is the updated forecast in terms of rainfall. Corpus Christi, Brownsville, 2 to 4 inches of rain. Loretto, they're expecting around 4 to 6 inches of rain. There's still some little pockets in localized areas in extreme South Texas that could see 6 to 8 inches. Some of those upper elevations there in Mexico, could have some serious totals. Out there, as you can see, some pink in there representing 20 to 30 inches localized to some of those mountains. We'll see. Obviously, it's a lot of rain, but yeah, for Texas area here, we've already seen a good amount of rainfall. It's not quite done yet, but of course, we'll have to still monitor it. We are expecting some coastal flooding too. It's not just rain causing a bit of flooding, but it's also surge potential. We have ourselves a little bit of potential of surging out there towards the Texas coast, down there from Brownsville, going all the way up there towards like Sargent here in kind of the central and southern coastline of Texas. So 1 to 3 foot of storm surge could be possible. For the upper portion, for the upper northeastern coast, I should say, the really far northern coast of Texas, including the Galveston Bay near Houston, between Sargent and Sabine Pass, about 2 to 4 foot of surge is expected out there. That's actually where the greatest surging is expected to occur. And then, of course, we have ourselves areas out there towards like Louisiana, on the southwestern side between Sabine Pass and Vermilion/Cameron Parish line, where we are seeing the potential of anywhere from like 1 to 3 foot of surges being possible out there. So, there's definitely a surge potential, even with a tropical storm like this. Overall, so between the rain and the surges, that is a bit of a concern. When it comes to the latest cone and all that fun stuff, here's our last one of our last cones we're going to get from the storm here. We're getting towards the end life of the system, thankfully. But yeah, you can see the big yellow bubble you see here. That is where the estimated tropical storm force winds is at. So you can see that we're estimating those tropical storm force winds to be in southern Texas right now, throughout portions, along the east central and northeastern coast here of Mexico. And of course, we have ourselves a lot of those tropical storm warnings in place out there across that that blue area, kind of running up the coast. Throughout like central and southern coast of Texas, and places out there towards like the east central and northeastern coast here of Mexico. We are actually seeing those tropical storm warnings, of course, meaning that tropical storm conditions is expected to occur there overall. You're welcome, Jason. No problem, man. Thank you, dude, once again for your support. I greatly appreciate it. Tash says it's going to weaken right after landfall either way, I believe. Well, yeah, it's going to weaken. I mean, first of all, with any tropical system, once it hits landfall, that's when it weakens. It always weakens because it's running out of that warm water it needs. Also, it might even die out pretty quickly. And the reason is actually because of the landscape of Mexico. There's a big mountain range that the storm is rolling into. You can actually see it here on the on this program I have. They really did well in showing the terrain of Mexico. It's very mountainous. This is heading into a big mountain range in which that's the last thing that tropical cyclones like is mountain ranges, because it just shreds apart those just shreds apart those storms there overall, and it just, really just kind of, just shreds them apart and, just causes them to rapidly weaken. So, when it comes to that, I mean, it's gonna weaken pretty quickly. It's gonna weaken fast, which is good. But a lot of that rain is still gonna be happening there for a little bit. Throughout today, and in through portions later on today, I should say. There's still going to be a lot of rain, and there still is going to be the potential out there for quite a bit of flooding out in some of those regions there. So, yeah, we'll definitely have to watch out for that. Hopping back over here to South Texas, y'all. We got ourselves still that tornado watch in effect. This is a tornado watch in effect towards Corpus Christi, Victoria, Texas, down towards Brownsville, Texas. We definitely need to keep an eye out there for it overall. For the next couple of hours here. Once again, we are expecting this to be in effect this is in effect here, I should say, until 8 o'clock Eastern, but this is for the Central Time Zone, so this will remain in effect until 7 o'clock Central Time here overall. Let's see here. Okay, got a new update from the Convective Outlook here. We do got a tornado warning in place out there in southern Texas for Freer. This is a tornado warning in place. Looks like a lot of that rotation has kind of bled off a bit, which is good news. But until further notice, Freer needs to be in their shelters here. This will remain in effect until 1 a.m. Central. So in about 4 minutes, this is about to expire here. Let's see. Drew says, "Is this storm causing a tornado outbreak?" It could. I mean, yeah, we've had multiple tornado warnings today. Not all of them, of course, have materialized. Let's see. Let me take a look and see how many reports we've had today for tornadoes. We've had one report today from a tornado. So as of now, no, this is not a tornado outbreak or anything like that. With tropical cyclones and their natural spin and their cyclonic motion, you can get tornadoes to form, in which we've had a tornado today, in which we are seeing multiple tornado warnings being issued throughout today, as those cyclone-induced tornadoes are a possibility. But I wouldn't really call it an outbreak. I wouldn't call it a tornado outbreak here. Unless we start really popping off some tornadoes, I don't think it will be a tornado outbreak. But there will certainly be the possibility still for some tornadoes for the next several hours, as that system continues to barrel here to the west. Okay, so like I said, just a bit of a heads up for everybody. This is a bit of a long-term thing. Like I said, we have Alberto here currently causing a lot of rain for Mexico and Texas. There's actually another system. It's going to play very similar to Alberto, probably a little bit weaker, thankfully. But yeah, there's another area here that the Hurricane Center is watching, this orange bubble there. This is another area that we were paying attention to. Same spot. This is here for really the 22nd. Another system's going to roll in shortly after Alberto kind of dies out. And then, of course, we're watching another system out here heading towards Florida and Georgia. This guy I'm not concerned about. It's just going to drive a little bit of thunderstorm activity. There's a lot of dry air infiltration with the storm that's going to pretty much cancel the storm out. I mean, it's going to have a really hard time. It's going to be spitting and sputtering. It's not going to be able to hold up very well. And in terms of that storm right now, though, I mean, you can see there's already a little bit of thunderstorm activity with it. It is not like I said, it is not currently any tropical depression. It's a tropical, or it's an invest. It's an investigation, is what it is. It's not a depression yet. It's not a tropical storm. It's definitely not a hurricane. So right now, it's not really much of a problem. And they gave it a pretty low probability too of formation as well. We're not expecting really this thing to turn into anything concerning, to be honest. That's good as of now, not causing a big outbreak. Yeah, that is, hopefully will stay that way. We don't want any naders, especially at nighttime. Nocturnal tornadoes is not a good thing. Tash says, wishing you the best of luck, Andrew. Have a good night. Thanks for everything you do. No problem, man. Glad to be here. Like I said, even though if I destroy my sleep schedule in the process, can't choose whenever nature does some crazy stuff, so. It's my honor to be here. I enjoy it. I do, not the fact of crazy weather, but I do enjoy being here and helping you guys out during times of need like this. It's been quite a strong storm. And actually, look at this. In the latest satellite imagery, a lot of that thunderstorm and a lot of that convection right now is actually over Mexico. So between earlier and now, we're seeing a lot of the heaviest rain from the system still going on here. It'll rapidly disintegrate. Once that central low pushes over Mexico, it'll die out pretty quickly. Yeah, it definitely will die out pretty quickly once it rolls over Mexico, which is good news. Drew says, could the system heading towards Georgia become a tropical storm? It's highly unlikely that it will become a tropical storm. I don't think it will. There is a small chance, a 30% chance of this thing becoming a tropical depression. That I could see maybe a possible outcome. Tropical storm activity as of now, I don't think so. Let me show you something real quickly. Let me go ahead and hop y'all over here to the GFS model here. So with that system, this is where it's at right now. You can kind of see this little bump here. That's where that system is located, okay? So if I take a look here at our relative humidity, basically just measuring the amount of moisture in our atmosphere, brown is representing very dry air. Storms don't like dry air very much. So hurricanes don't like dry air very, very much. So, or tropical systems just in general. There's a lot of dry air. There's even a lot of dry air on the southern extent of that storm right now. And as we continue to progress in time, and as that storm system gets its way towards Florida, the storm's kind of broken up in half. The northern extent has a bit of moisture, while the southern half is dry. You need a lot of moisture. Now, if this was in a different environment with a lot of moisture, it would be different. There's just a lot of dry air that's kind of really limiting the fact of this storm here. Other than that, though, I mean, given other analysis like, the sea surface temperatures and stuff like that, I mean, yeah, we're definitely warm enough to allow for those storms to, we're definitely warm enough to allow for tropical activity to grow, but not everything relies on sea surface temperatures. And like I was saying with those, with that dry air infiltration out there, that's going to be allowing for, not as much development out of that storm overall. So that'll kind of really ruin its potential for becoming anything too big.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Let's see, Drew says, I got family in Georgia. Gotcha. So I've been watching the storm. Gotcha. Yeah, I live in Florida. I'm in Central Florida. I've been keeping an eye on it too. I really don't think it's going to do anything too crazy out there personally. Yeah, I really do not think it's going to be anything super concerning. Now, it'll likely bring a little bit of rain for Florida, Georgia, maybe. That's pretty much a given. But when it comes to everything, I don't think so. We just got a new tornado warning, guys. You probably heard it on the intercom there. We're gonna hop y'all over here to southern Texas. We're gonna take a look at that real quickly. We did get a new tornado warning, including San Diego, Texas. This is out there by Rasta, I think it is. Rasta in San Diego. We got a little bit of rotation located near Coyote Acres, just to the north of Coyote Acres, Texas. In South Texas there, we have a bit of rotation there, directly west of Corpus Christi. Got some rotation popping off here. Don't see any debris or anything like that, but like I said, San Diego and Rasta, Texas, you guys are under a tornado warning. So make sure y'all are in your shelters, away from windows, in the lowest portion of your home. That is where you want to be. What's up, Texas Roast? Hope you're doing good, man. Let's see here. But yeah, so like I said, tornado warning in place. We also do have a big old flash flood warning in effect for the Corpus Christi area to the south, mostly. We're seeing a big long band. Look at that guy. That's going to be causing some problems. Yeah, look at that long band. You see it? It's just straight up going to be rolling right over these areas here for a long time, and that's just going to allow for a lot of accumulation of rain, so they just went ahead and issued a flash flood warning saying, hey, yeah, there's going to be a lot of rain for probably a while rolling through here. Normally hurricanes don't start picking up until August, so after these storms, we should be good for a while. I wouldn't say that, Drew. Honestly, that's not entirely true, especially with this year, too, how we're at an all-time high in the Atlantic. regarding sea surface temperatures throughout the majority of the Atlantic. We're a lot warmer than normal. We typically get, the peak of hurricane season is right around September. But we do have sometimes quite a bit of activity in even July and, sometimes June, actually. We're already in, mid-June here, and we've already had, I think, 4 disturbances total in the Atlantic. It's interesting. We obviously, this is our first tropical storm here. This is our first tropical cyclone. This is the first named storm of the season. And of course we have a couple other areas we're watching, like that one out there by Florida, and then this other one here in the Southern Gulf eventually too. And then we had another one that went over Florida a while ago and didn't really do much. But, when it comes to it there, it's not always true for every year. It's not always true. Let's see here. Take a look back at that tornado warning here, y'all. Yeah, we do got a tornado warning in place. If y'all are just joining us here, out here in South Texas, out there by San Diego and Rasta, you guys are under a tornado warning in effect here for let's see, until 1:45. So we got about 39 minutes left on this one. Got a little bit of time to go on that storm there. Yeah, we do got some rotation there. You can see that rotation right in here. It's hard to make out, but there's your rotation. That's heading right towards San Diego, Texas. So make sure y'all are in your shelters once again. Let's see here. We're going to take a look at the hurricane hunters again. Like I said, the hurricane hunters, they're actually heading home. Long day at work. Oh my goodness, it did it again. Come on, man. My dumb computer keeps on just dropping all my tabs. It's annoying. I have to re-bring up every single one of them too. But yeah, so yeah, they're heading home. You can see them up there. They're going back home there. They've had a long day. There they are. Yeah, they're heading back home. They came all the way from Gulfport. Looks like they're heading back to Gulfport too. They did one last sweep. They actually found the core of the storm there. You can see they had a little moment there with no winds. And you can see how the winds changed from northerlies to direct westerlies. We had a sharp turn in the winds there, so our cyclone was right in here the time they went through. Right now, if I was to hop over here back to sat view, overall, we'll take a look back at we'll do the lower level water vapor scan here. Yeah, there we go. So that central low is located like right in here at this point. Actually, you know what? Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's right around in here, actually. Yeah, that central low is like right in that area. So yeah, we're getting pretty close to the landfall at this point. We're still a couple hours away, I think, but we're getting closer. What's up, Knight? Hope you're doing good, man. Saying, hey, dude, hope you're doing good, or hope you're doing okay these days. So thanks, man. You too. Good to see you here. Drew says, I worry about hurricane and tropical storms, so I try to learn about them to be safe and not scared. That's awesome, Drew. That's exactly what you got to do, man. They're very fascinating. They're very interesting. I know they're creepy and they're just not that cool, or they're not that bad, or sorry, they're not that good. But they're very interesting in how they work and stuff. Some of the models in the last week showed some really spicy things happening in the next system forming in the Gulf. Yeah, honestly, Texas, yeah, I agree. I don't think that second storm is going to be as crazy as the first one. I'm really curious to see like how much the system cools down the southern Gulf. As you know, tropical cyclones, they use the heat from the water to really thrive. And while doing that, they actually cool down the water as well. So not only are they absorbing the heat, but they're also, the cooler rain is cooling off the water. So since we've had this tropical system here in the southern Gulf, it's probably cooled down the waters a bit. I don't think it's cooled it all the way down to the point where another system wouldn't develop at all. But I'm just really curious to see how much the waters have cooled with the system. It's interesting. Let's see here. Hope everyone in Texas stays safe tonight. Absolutely. Knight says, I'm checking on the progression of this tropical system for a couple of friends who lives close. Gotcha. Yeah, honestly, a lot of the heavy stuff is has been ongoing for a little bit here. Like I said, we have one tornado warning right now. We're watching up in South Texas, west of Corpus Christi for San Diego and Rasta. Rotation right here, just off the side here of San Diego. Make sure y'all in your shelters there. No debris signatures as of now, but just make sure y'all are in your safe spot. Other than that, got a lot of flooding going on still. Like I said, we have a big flash flood warning that just got issued. I mean, look at this big dart of rain. It's just a conveyor belt, man. It's literally a rain conveyor belt that we're seeing right here in front of us. So, yeah, there's our big old flash flood warning that they issued here, right? Big old flash flood warning. And you can just see this big streak of rain just going right in the same spot. So, they issued a big flash flood warning for that, because that's just going to cause several inches of rain, more than likely, out there towards the region. Like South Corpus Christi, they're going to get, I'd say, easily another inch or up to 3 inches maybe. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I'd say several inches of rain will be caused by this little band here alone. Let's see. It looks like a fire hose to me. Yeah, it's just a big old belt of rain, really. That's just going to cause a lot of problems, probably, for those low-lying areas out there. I mean, just a big old conveyor belt like that, that's gonna hurt. It's probably going to hurt quite a bit. All right, so yeah, latest satellite imagery here. So there's your coast there of Mexico, and that central low is located, right around in here at this point. We're just barely off the coast of Mexico at this time here. The good news is that once this thing does make landfall, it is expected to rapidly weaken, in which, let's see here, the Hurricane Center here just updated the page as of 1 a.m. Thursday, so that was an hour ago. Here's the latest information from the Hurricane Center and its track. This was an hour ago, so the storm's more than likely right in here. We're just shyly off the coast of Texas, but yeah, once it rolls overland here, it is expected to weaken quite a bit here overall. So that's kind of what we're working with right now. Texas. Yeah, look at that. Look at, you can actually see the big conveyor belt even there. See it? That's going to cause a big problem, man. That's going to cause a big problem for Corpus Christi area if that thing continues to fold out like it is. Man, Texas says those mountains eat storms up. They sure do, man. They sure do. Tropical cyclones really do not like the mountains because, obviously tropical cyclones are surface-based systems, meaning they're mostly organized throughout the surface. Obviously some upper levels too, of course, but they're the strongest towards the ground level. And when it comes to it, I mean, it's like those mountains are an obstacle for the winds, which just causes everything just to kind of mess up and everything just to kind of get all scribbly and unorganized, and it just dies out quickly. Like I said, given the fact that, this is just kind of a mild, kind of medium tropical storm here. This is nothing hurricane, of course. But, when it comes to it, though, it's still going to have the same effects. It's still going to immediately kill out that storm as it rolls through. So that'll be good, actually. I'm ready for this thing to die out, to be honest with you. It's been interesting out there. And then, like I said, we have this little guy here, a bit of thunderstorm activity popping off. Like I said, there's a lot of dry air with this storm here. It's going to have a bit of problems developing as it rolls west. I don't think it's going to cause much of an issue for us down here in Florida or Georgia at most. Maybe a little bit of gusty winds, not anything that we're not used to. And maybe a little bit of sprinkles of rain, which also something we're already kind of used to seeing. So I don't think it's going to be a bit of a problem. The second system down here for the Southern Gulf, this might be something to watch out for, of course. I do think we'll need to keep a close eye out there for this one overall. But yeah, that's just kind of where we're at here. But, let's see here. Yeah, we still got that tornado warning in place. I think they dropped it for Oh, never mind. Yeah, they did upgrade or update the polygon. It's still in effect for San Diego, but that rotation there is just passed through San Diego, Texas. Still not seeing any debris signature, which is good signs. Of course, we don't want any, so that's good. Still got a little bit of rotation out there towards San Diego, so we'll keep a close eye on it. But other than that, it's kind of where we stand here, man. Yeah, hurricane hunters are definitely heading back home at this point. You guys can see them; their little streak there, going back home to Gulfport. They've done a lot of work today, getting all that information that we had. Yeah, it's been some good observing out there. Yeah, our low pressure is right here, y'all. Right in here. Safe to say, I think this was a little off, 2 a.m. here. Just a tad bit off. Well, honestly, guys, I really don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to be doing this here. I would have loved to have been live here for the full coverage, for the full landfall process. But like I said, once that landfall happens, it's going to really start to weaken. And it's just going to be pretty much the same stuff we've been talking about, overall. We lost the hurricane hunters. We lost the data. We didn't lose the hurricane hunters. I'm not trying to scare y'all. The hurricane hunters are safe. They're heading back home. But we lost the data because we're not getting any more information from the hurricane hunters. Honestly, there's really not a whole lot more I can really do, except for just watch it, make touch with the land. Like I said, I mean, there's going to be on and off tornado warnings throughout South Texas, so make sure you have your weather alerts on and all that stuff. Like I said, this is not a time I'm used to really being up at this point anymore. I usually go to bed at 11 or so, 10, 11 o'clock or so. So it being 2 o'clock, I'm not really prepared for this physically or mentally. But I gave it my shot, man. I wanted to be live here as long as possible. We've been live a little over 2 hours here, and it's getting kind of late. Yeah, landfall is still a couple hours away for sure, and like I said, we're not going to be able to be there for that. So I think I'm probably going to head off here soon, y'all. I hate to do it, but it's been a long night. It's been a long night. Tomorrow on the table, I don't think we're going to need any coverage for anything. I'm not going to take tomorrow off, though. I think we'll do an update live stream for you. Let's see here. Day 1 outlook. We do got a slight risk up in the northeast here. Up in the northeast, we do got a slight risk. No tornado threat up there. They did increase the tornado risk here for today, though. We have a little bit of a tornado risk in Nebraska for the northwestern side, south central South Dakota, and southeastern Wyoming. We got a little bit of a 2% tor risk. Damaging winds will be a concern for both the Central Plains, the Rockies, and the Northeast. And hail, same thing. Possibility, greatest potential in Nebraska, really. I don't think that'll need coverage, personally. I typically go live if we have, a 5% tornado risk or higher, typically, in anything significant. If there's any significant winds or hail, then I'll go live for it. But honestly, yeah, I really don't think I'm going to be live for coverage tomorrow, unless things get upgraded. If they do, then I'll go live for it. But if not, then probably not. But Faith Cat says, "Hey, you need your rest, man. Plus, you done a great job. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, Faith Cat. Much appreciated, my friend." Yeah, streaming is very draining. Plus, already being tired on top of it doesn't help. And honestly, I've kind of figured maybe landfall would be a little bit closer than it is right now. Models were kind of showing, some models were showing around midnight, that landfall earlier. And, so I just kind of shot for midnight, and, I saw most of the models saying anywhere from 2 to 5. I mean, it's 2 o'clock, and we're still 90 miles off the coast, so yeah, it's still going to be a couple hours before that landfall happens, which I just don't have it in me to continue, personally. So, yeah, I think we're going to head off here, y'all. Once again, I appreciate y'all for joining. We did have a couple donators today. Thank you so much, man. Goes to Jason for the super chat earlier, as well as Pilot. Thank you, guys. And Crystal for the member for 18 months. That was our supporters for today. So thank you guys so much for your support. Appreciate it. Tomorrow on the table. Not sure about coverage. If I don't do coverage, I'll just do an update live stream on the weather. They did cancel that tornado warning, by the way, y'all. And one for San Diego and Rasta. Good point to end there. So that's no longer in effect. So that is good. But alrighty, you guys. Well, once again, thank you all for joining, everybody. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your night. Get some sleep, man. It's early. Even in the central time zone, it's early. Get some sleep. Like I said, everything will be all right. Like I said, we have some strong winds with this storm, but like I said, this is lower end tropical storm. The winds isn't really the main concern here. It's mostly the flooding, in which we've already been seeing a lot of the activity so far. So, but all right, you guys. Once again, thanks for joining, everybody. You guys have a wonderful rest of your night. And we'll catch y'all tomorrow for an update or some coverage. Just depends on how Mother Nature flows and what the SPC thinks. And if they think it's a higher risk, then we'll go live. Alrighty. But, okay, guys. Once again, thanks for joining. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your night. And we'll catch y'all later on. See you later, guys. Thanks for joining.